Brendan Rodgers is tethered to the need to preserve managerial invincibility at Celtic Park. Michael Beale is burdened by the need to stop being all talk and no trophies at Ibrox. The old cliché is that pressure is a privilege. The new reality is that pressure is suffocating and success is necessary to avoid suffocation. That's why today begins the variation of the Champions League playoff in the middle of the week against PSV Eindhoven at a packed and loudly hyperactive Ibrox, followed by a trip to Dingwall for a Saturday lunchtime game against Ross County. You could fit the entire population of Dingwall, 5,491 people in the last count, into the Sandy Jardine stand and still have plenty of space left over. What the imports will make of the Brigadoon version of Scottish football is an unknown. The old firm is caught between a rock and a hard place. Celtic must negotiate the worst playing surface in the country when they head to Kilmarnock for the Viaplay Cup this afternoon. But there will be no mitigating factor for Rodgers in the eyes of Celtic fans if a third of last season's treble is removed from the trophy cabinet by Killie, aided and abetted by their synthetic pitch. The Rangers' fragile progress in domestic and European football, complete with misfiring forwards and a restless crowd with certain aspects of their newly recruited Foreign Legion, will narrow the surreal end of the market. However, they can't afford to stumble, as any dropped points in the game immediately before the first Old Firm derby of the season will be deemed unacceptable by the jury still out on Beale's multinational multi-million-pound creation. So, the tightrope walk for both Rodgers and Beale begins today. Every manager has, for one reason or another, critics within their own support. Neither has any leeway because there is none under the terms of their job description. This is what they signed up for when they turned down jobs elsewhere to return to Glasgow. Rodgers' difficulty might be that one could argue Kilmarnock has a better defence than Celtic looking at the league table. Robbie Dees, Stuart Findlay, and Lewis Mayo have ensured Killie haven't conceded any goals so far in games against Rangers and Hearts. Celtic has conceded 3 goals to Ross County and Aberdeen. Rodgers has 2 defenders, Gustav Lagerbielke and Mike Nawrocki, names that the fans will struggle to pronounce correctly. But those same fans will have an extensive and unlimited vocabulary when it comes to criticizing them if they don't perform well. Lagerbielke might be a distant heir to the throne in his homeland, Sweden, but it's the crown on Rodgers' head that will visibly tumble if they lose today. The coaching legend was built with 7 trophies won in 7 competitions during his first spell at Celtic. Another domestic title is the minimum demanded by the fans. Meanwhile, Beale is burdened with the need to win something as a coach on his own merit. He cut a lively figure on the sideline when Rangers were going through an erratic spell against Livingston last weekend. After 3 goals in the last 12 minutes to salvage a bright finish to a tarnished performance, he looked 5 years younger. Now he admitted to a rhetorical speech at half-time when Rangers flirted with Champions League elimination in Geneva last Tuesday. We can only assume, therefore, that the tension is getting to Michael. It's, to be fair, an irrational and unreasonable level of pressure under which Beale and Rodgers work. Fans exist in a state of nervous anxiety bordering on apoplexy if something goes wrong. The gap between this afternoon and the end of Celtic's league game against St Johnstone next Saturday night provides evidence that this is the case. It's not that there's no room for error. Defenders see no reason for error to exist in the first place. They see perfection as their right. The treble is what Rodgers must deliver. The financial windfall and prestige that come with the Champions League is what Beale must achieve, avoiding further slippage in the league table. Deliver the goods or else, in other words.